What if I told you that one man spent 20 years interviewing over 500 of the world's most successful people to crack the code of achievement? And what if those findings could change your life today? Welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving deep into the life and legacy of Napoleon Hill, the man who literally wrote the book on success. If you've ever felt stuck, wondered why some people succeed while others don't, or questioned whether you have what it takes to achieve your dreams, this video is for you. By the end of this video, you'll understand the principles that transformed millions of lives and how you can apply them starting today. So hit that subscribe button, because we're about to unlock some serious life-changing knowledge. Let's get into it. Chapter 1. The Unlikely Beginning. Napoleon Hill wasn't born into wealth or privilege. Born in 1883 in a small cabin in rural Virginia, his childhood was marked by poverty and hardship. His mother died when he was just 10 years old, and his stepmother gave him a choice that would change everything. Channel your energy into something productive or continue down a destructive path. He chose writing. At 13, Hill became a mountain reporter for small-town newspapers, interviewing local business people and learning their stories. Little did he know, this skill would become his greatest asset. The turning point came in 1908 when Hill, then 25, was assigned to interview the steel magnate Andrew Carnegie, one of the richest men in the world. What was supposed to be a 3-hour interview turned into a 3-day conversation that would alter the course of Hill's life forever. Carnegie issued Hill a challenge. Would he dedicate 20 years of his life to interviewing the most successful people in America and distill their secrets into a practical philosophy of success? The catch? He wouldn't be paid. Hill would have to support himself while conducting this research. Hill had 29 seconds to decide. He said yes. Over the next 2 decades, Hill interviewed titans of industry: Henry Ford, Thomas Edison, Alexander Graham Bell, John D. Rockefeller, and over 500 other successful individuals. He analyzed their habits, their thinking patterns, their failures, and their triumphs. The result? A philosophy that would eventually reach millions through his groundbreaking book, Think and Grow Rich, published in 1937. Chapter 2. The Core Principles. So what did Napoleon Hill discover? Let's break down the most powerful principles from his research. Principle number 1, desire, the starting point. Hill found that every achievement begins with a burning desire. Not a wish, not a hope, but an obsessive, all-consuming desire. The successful people he studied didn't just want success, they were willing to stake everything on it. Hill wrote, "The starting point of all achievement is desire. Weak desires bring weak results, just as a small fire makes a small amount of heat." Principle number 2, faith and belief. Hill discovered that successful people had unwavering faith in their ability to achieve their goals, even when evidence suggested otherwise. They visualized their success so clearly and so often that their subconscious mind began working to make it reality. He called this auto-suggestion, the practice of feeding your mind with positive affirmations until you truly believe them. Principle number 3, specialized knowledge. Here's where Hill challenged conventional wisdom. He found that general knowledge, no matter how vast, was of little use. What mattered was specialized knowledge in your chosen field, and more importantly, the ability to organize and apply that knowledge toward a definite purpose. Thomas Edison had minimal formal education, but his specialized knowledge of electricity changed the world. Principle number 4, the MasterMind principle. This might be Hill's most revolutionary discovery. He observed that every successful person surrounded themselves with a group of advisors, what he called a mastermind group. These were people who shared knowledge, provided support, and held each other accountable. Hill defined the mastermind as coordination of knowledge and effort, in a spirit of harmony between two or more people for the attainment of a definite purpose. Andrew Carnegie credited his entire fortune to his MasterMind group of over 50 men. Principle number 5, persistence. Hill found that the difference between success and failure often came down to one quality: persistence, the ability to continue despite setbacks, criticism, and failure. He studied hundreds of failures and concluded that most people quit just before they would have succeeded. They were often just one step away from their breakthrough. Successful people make decisions quickly and change them slowly, if at all. Unsuccessful people make decisions slowly and change them frequently. Hill emphasized having a clear, definite major purpose in life and pursuing it relentlessly. Principle number 7, overcoming fear. Hill identified 6 basic fears that hold people back: poverty, criticism, ill health, loss of love, old age, and death. He found that successful people acknowledge these fears but refuse to let them control their decisions. Chapter 3, Think and Grow Rich's Impact. Think and Grow Rich became one of the best-selling books of all time, with over 100 million copies sold worldwide. But here's what's fascinating. It wasn't just about money. Despite the title, Hill's philosophy applied to success in any area of life: relationships, health, personal fulfillment, and yes, financial wealth. The book came out during the Great Depression when millions of people had lost everything. It gave them hope and, more importantly, a practical roadmap to rebuild their lives. Business leaders, athletes, entrepreneurs, and everyday people have credited Hill's principles with transforming their lives. W. Clement Stone, who built a billion-dollar insurance empire, said Hill's book was the foundation of his success. Earl Nightingale, the famous motivational speaker, called it the greatest motivational book ever written. But Hill's work wasn't without controversy. Critics argued that his philosophy oversimplified success and ignored systemic barriers. Some questioned whether his interviews with historical figures were embellished. Regardless, the core principles have stood the test of time because they address something fundamental: the psychology of achievement. Hill wasn't just teaching tactics, he was teaching people how to think differently, how to harness the power of their minds, and how to persist in the face of obstacles. Chapter 4, Applying Hill's Principles Today, 9/30/11/15. So how can you apply Napoleon Hill's principles in your life right now? Step 1. Define your definite major purpose. Get crystal clear on what you want. Write it down. Be specific. Not, I want to be successful, but I want to build a 6-figure online business helping people learn graphic design within the next 2 years. Step 2. Build your mastermind. Surround yourself with people who are where you want to be or are on the same journey. This could be a formal group that meets weekly, or a network of mentors and peers you connect with regularly. Step 3. Feed your mind. Daily. Hill emphasized the importance of daily reading and learning. Spend at least 30 minutes each day consuming content that moves you toward your goal. Books, podcasts, courses. Invest in your specialized knowledge. Step 4. Practice auto-suggestion. Create affirmations related to your goals and repeat them daily with emotion and belief. Your subconscious mind doesn't know the difference between what's real and what's vividly imagined. Step 5. Take persistent action. Create a plan and work it daily. When obstacles arise, and they will, remember that persistence is what separates those who succeed from those who don't. Failure is not permanent unless you quit. Step 6. Make decisions. Quickly. Stop overthinking. Successful people gather the information they need, make a decision, and adjust course if necessary. Analysis paralysis is the enemy of progress. Napoleon Hill passed away in 1970, but his legacy lives on. His work influenced generations of success teachers, from Dale Carnegie to Tony Robbins to modern entrepreneurs building businesses today. The beauty of Hill's philosophy is its timelessness. The principles he discovered nearly a century ago still work because human psychology hasn't changed. We still need purpose, belief, knowledge, support, and persistence to achieve our goals. So here's my challenge to you. Choose one principle from today's video and implement it this week. Write down your definite major purpose. Reach out to someone for your MasterMind group. Read for 30 minutes. Take one decisive action toward your goal. Success isn't a mystery. It's a formula. Napoleon Hill spent 20 years proving that. Now it's your turn to put it into practice. If this video added value to your life, hit that like button and subscribe for more content on personal development and success principles. Drop a comment below and tell me which Napoleon Hill principle resonates most with you. Remember, whatever the mind can conceive and believe, it can achieve. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.